The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie was released in 1990 and is a retelling of the origin of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of course, not too in-depth, just kind of how they got from the ooze to how they're being, you know, bipedal and whatnot. However, it was received very mixed back when it came out for some reason. I don't know why. I watched it last night. It's the first time I've watched it in years. Of course, I watched it when I was a child in the early 90s, and I grew up with the original series and the original NES games and all that of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm a huge fan, as you can see my from the t-shirt. And yeah, and I just watched the movie yesterday and had an absolute blast with it. Of course, there are a couple of things that I think was a detriment to the film, but overall I had a really good time. I even laughed out loud a couple of times, and I found myself with a smile of enjoyment every time I saw the turtles on screen, because they really did manage to capture the magic of the family between the Turtles and Splinter and April O'Neil, and Casey Jones is done amazingly. Of course, in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows sequel, Michael Bay's sequel, they did Casey Jones terribly. He was terribly done in that. Don't try and give origins to people that don't really need them. Casey Jones is just a guy who doesn't like a crime and who just uses sports equipment to sort out the bad guys, and that's all that's needed, and that's it. And the you know, the interactions between him and the Turtles are amazing, especially this line from Donatello to Casey Jones, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
You want a fist in the mouth? Mm-mm. I've never even looked at another guy before.
What he means is that you're afraid of enclosed areas.
Literally laughed my ass off at that, because I didn't pick that up when I was a child, and again, I haven't watched this film in so long. You know, of course, it is a product of its time. It does show its age. It's kind of stuck there in the remnants of the from the late 80s and the early 90s, kind of finding its footing. However, I think they did a fantastic job with the animatronics for the turtle costumes. You can't really do wrong. I think that I heard on the grapevine they're going to be rebooting the live-action film series, and if they're going to do that, they need to have up-to-date versions of these animatronic suits and keep them animatronic, because the turtles, they do feel alive, they do feel like they're there. Now, of course, the mouths can sometimes look a bit funky at times, but overall it's like really, really good, especially for the time. It was mind-blowing, and the fact that the actors within the suits portrayed the turtles amazingly, and Master Splinter as well. It is just, in terms of characters, like April O'Neil is fantastic. There's even a young Sam Rockwell in this, which I was absolutely shocked to see. I kind of looked at him and was like, is that Sam Rockwell? So I had to Google it, and it was Sam Rockwell. I was genuinely shocked. Of course, Shredder is the main antagonist, and he is unfortunately not in the movie as much as I would have liked, but when he is there, he is menacing and he is ruthless. He kind of goes out like a punk bitch, but I don't want to spoil too much. I mean, this is a film from the 1990s, so I mean, I'm not going to spoil it, but it's been out since 1990, so, you know, it's only 90 minutes long, and it is a really good film. It does slow down a bit in the middle and focuses more on characters other than action, but that's absolutely fine by me. The action that's there is great, it's serviceable, the turtles interact really well and fight together, and to be honest, the fact that these guys are men in suits and they're pulling off this, you know, like karate moves, I couldn't do it, or ninjutsu moves, or whatever it is, you know. You know, the interactions between the Foot Clan and like Michelangelo, for example, with the nunchucks, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, a fellow chucker, eh?
My biggest gripes with the film, if I had to pull any out, because to be honest, I enjoyed myself, and it's a great film, and I know that I've got it on Blu-ray, and I picked it up really cheap. I'm talking like £5. It's so cheap. I'm going to watch it again and again and again. However, there are a few gripes, and I have to objectively state those in this review, and that is that there's not enough Shredder. The origin story of Splinter is a bit lame, because they changed it from the comics and from the cartoon, but this is a film where you turn off your brain and enjoy yourself for 90 minutes. It's aimed towards children, and you have to remember that, and you have to respect that. So I was like, okay, fair enough. I mean, it's a bit odd seeing a rat imitate a karate master, you know, just pulling off, or a ninjutsu master. I keep saying karate, sorry, if there's any purists out there that want to kill me in the comments. But there's that, so there's not enough Shredder. He goes out like a punk bitch, and I think there could have been a smidge more fighting However, apart from that, I think this is a really good film. It's a really fun film, and I don't know why it got such mixed reviews. It's funny, it's got really good action, it's got a lot of character development with the characters. Of course, Raphael struggles with his anger issues, Leonardo isn't really the leader yet, Michelangelo is just the party dude, Donatello doesn't really get much in the ways of inventing things and whatnot in this film, but that's fine. He has some funny quips and he kicks some ass with his bow staff, so that's pretty cool. Master Splinter is the father figure. April O'Neil's trying to tell the story of the Foot Clan and all the crimes they're doing, and she's trying to be hushed up, but she doesn't take that kind of sass, and she does fight back. Even though she does need rescuing a couple of times, she does stand up to the foot soldiers. Now, the only gripe I have with the foot soldiers is that they have some kind of weird sieve over their eyes. I don't know why that's there. They could have had some kind of flat Spider-Man-like paneling, but maybe that's why they didn't do it, so it didn't look too much like Spider-Man. Copyright issues, I don't know. But apart from the weird sieves, they look like the Foot Clan from the comics and the cartoon. There's no Technodrome, no Dimension X, and no Krang in this film, which is absolutely fine, and they didn't go that route in the sequel or the third film either. But yeah, if you are just getting into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or you are a long-time fan that has never watched this film, I think it's absolutely great. Like I said, it changes a couple of things about the origin of the Turtles, but apart from that, this is a really fun film with a lot of funny character dialogue and a lot of cool action involving the Turtles. Definitely give it a whirl. I'm going to give it a B. I'm going with letters for my scoring system for films, why not? But yeah, I'm going to give the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film from 1990 a B. But thank you very much for watching this review. I hope it's helped you out, and I will be reviewing the second film when I can get that. I've got to get that Blu-ray imported from America, so when it's cheap enough and I can afford to get it, I shall get it. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.